So finally, we have accreditation and certification. So when we look at all the different things that we've talked about today, let's think about what we mean by certification. If I tell you that I'm certifying myself as great at something, that's going to be first party. Me as a consultant certifying you, that's going to be second party certification. Obviously, the highest and best types of certifications are going to be third party. So somebody else comes in and says that you are at this level. It's awesome. We're going to accreditate you. We're going to consider you an accredited Lean Six Sigma organization. However, I also let you know that Lean Six Sigma isn't standardized, right? So even these organizations that are offering accreditation, that doesn't always mean that that program meets kind of a common set of standards that are relevant in your industry. So I find that I'm much less concerned with looking for an accreditation from IASSC or Council for Six Sigma on the different certifications versus the content of that certification, the length of that certification, and the results. I mean, it all just comes back to those results. How many projects have you done? So you went to Greenbelt, awesome. What are some of the projects that you did from that, right? What are some of the results of those projects? Even with the university programs, one of the challenges that you get are a lot of people don't have a job necessarily. So they're having to apply that at home. So if you did a project at home, what were the results? What was the before and after? How can we see some of that data? There's a ton of examples out there online of how we can apply these tools at home as well. Definitely an awesome way to apply them. Now, finally here, in that same vein of talking about accreditation and certification of these very specific belt levels or some of these alternatives, let's look actually at the people requesting these, right? Because you're doing this to advance your career. So what are the people who are going to be hiring you asking for of people that are Lean Six Sigma professionals? So people that are actually doing this full time. So as I said, go to that search engine for your jobs in your area, type in terms like Lean Six Sigma, continuous improvement, process improvement, black belt, right? Type in these different terms, see what jobs come up, and what are people in your area requesting, right? So I have about a dozen jobs here, and actually only 2 of them really specify that your certification needs to be from a reputable academy or a recognized national organization. So if you're going to spend $5,000 to go to the top level certification, then that may or may not be a good value for your money, right? Because here they're not even requesting that level necessarily. So I really challenge you to look at your industry and determine what's right for you. I also wouldn't feel constrained in this day and age, in the last 5 years, that you have to have a belt. I would be as excited to see a Lean certification on your resume as a belt certification. My questions would be, again, how long was it, right? Was it a 2-hour course, or was it a 3-week or a 3-month course? And what were those project results, right? You did a project, what was the before and after? How are we confident that you know how to use these process improvement tools? So those would be really the different questions that I would ask.